Hi everyone. I hope you all enjoyed the weekend. So this week we are continuing our focus on career documents by choosing a job ad and evaluating some sample resumes and cover letters on Tuesday, and then having a draft of the resume due on Thursday. So first for Tuesday, we'll start out by annotating 2 sample resumes and 2 sample cover letters. Now I used to have that assignment set up as a discussion activity, but I got some feedback in the mid-course survey with some suggestions of cutting back a bit on the number of discussions. Plus, annotating these samples actually fits in better with what we want to do with evaluating the samples. By commenting directly on each document, it helps everyone be much more specific about their comments, and I can better see how each of you is applying the class concepts on resumes and cover letters. So it's a great annotation tool on Canvas for that, and so that's what we'll be using. And so while annotating the samples is spread over 4 assignment pages, I don't expect it to take any more time than most of the assignments in this class have taken. So as I mentioned in the instructions for each one, you will need to write 8 to 12 annotations for each sample. So one of the resumes is ineffective, while the other one is a bit stronger. Similarly, one of the cover letters is very ineffective, while the other is a bit stronger. So I got the stronger documents from some of these samples from Career Services at Miami University. So my thanks to them. So of course I do have some more detailed instructions about those assignments on Canvas. And I do hope that you'll find the annotation assignments of the sample documents to be helpful preparation for writing your own resume and cover letter. So then also on Tuesday, you'll need to choose a job or an internship advertisement that you'd like to use for our upcoming project and write 1 or 2 paragraphs about that choice. So for the project, you will need to tailor your resume and cover letter as though you were actually applying for a specific job or internship that you choose. So make sure that you are choosing a job or internship advertisement that you might really be able to apply for in the near future. So also keeping your career plans in mind. Ideally, it might be a position that fits within your career plans, but definitely something that is actually a doable position for you in the near future. So take a look at the instructions on Canvas for more details about the expectations for that. So of course, I do know that many of you have written resumes before, and you might choose to use a previous resume as a starting place for your resume for this class. But you will, of course, need to make sure that you update that resume and apply our class materials and resumes in your revisions of that resume. And many of you have used or probably plan on using a template to write your resume. Those can be helpful. As I mentioned in my Canvas lecture on using templates I believe that was from last week, some templates are better than others. In fact, many of the templates online are less effective, so I do recommend choosing a template very carefully if you use a template, avoiding something that is too colorful or flashy or one that has a layout that is less easy to customize. And of course, customizing a template is especially important. If you use a template, you do need to customize it. So the same goes for cover letter templates. So you can use a template to help with formatting if you'd like to, but don't ever use any of the language that is included in those templates, especially for cover letters. So Miami University's Farmer School of Business actually includes several very good sample templates of resumes and cover letters on their website, which I recommend as a good starting place if you'd like to use one of those as a template for your resume and cover letter. So I have a link to their page in the text version of this announcement. And their templates are set up as Google Docs that will automatically make a copy for you, and then you can then customize as your own resume or cover letter. So when you do write your own resume and cover letter, if you do have any questions about your layout, or if you find a template that you think might work but you're not sure, you don't hesitate to contact me. So then a draft of your own resume will be due by Thursday night. So as we did with our previous peer review, we will be using the peer review feature on Canvas so that we can have access to their annotation feature. I really enjoyed that feature, and I saw some good feedback from you last time about using that feature. So I appreciate that. So the annotations directly on each other's resume drafts is going to be much more helpful than general summative feedback. So I have Canvas set up to automatically assign each of you 3 classmates' drafts to annotate, but those will not be visible until Friday morning. So you turn in your draft on Thursday, just check in on Friday morning and they'll be visible for which classmates you'll be reviewing. And then the annotations on classmates' drafts will then be due by next Monday night, May the 5th. So then next week, we'll all be having a cover letter draft due on Tuesday, May 6th. So do keep that in mind. So finally, I am working on grading the guide to writing projects. I expect to have grades for most of those posted this week. I do have 2 classes worth of projects I'm going through, plus another one of my classes just turned in essays. So there's a lot of grading I'm going through. And I'm still gaining back my energy from being sick last week. That really threw off my schedule. So appreciate your patience with that. But I am enjoying those I've been reading so far. So if you have any questions as you work on everything this week, don't hesitate to let me know.